Hey guys, Coach Life here again with some more Oxygen Not Included Midibase. So it's been a little while since I've made a video, and that's unfortunately because I've been back at work, and yeah, it's been a busy old time the last week. So anyway, but I've not abandoned the series by a long stretch, and I want to get things done. So before I started the recording, I just queued up the move of the bedrooms, the move of the bathrooms, put in place a sweepy dock up here and set sweep commands to get rid of that oxalite in there, because obviously this is going to be vacuumed out to keep the magma in a liquid form. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. I'm just going to set them off, doing all the building and deconstruction that I've set up. This is obviously going to be the 8 bedrooms. This lot over here will be completely relocated. I'm probably going to put the millwood farms over here. I'm going to keep them for now because I can feed the sage hatches on that millwood. Once we switch over completely to barbecue, it's going to be a better layout because obviously we'll have the great hall, the bathroom and the bedrooms all very close to each other and close to the kitchen. So yeah, I expect that to be a lot better in the long run. So obviously I managed to keep the germs out of our clean water supply at the moment, but over here obviously we have got germs. So once we've cleaned all this up and got it into our infinite storage, where it can be used for anything that doesn't include drinking, then we'll be in a much better position to sort out the... Oh, we've got a confined dupe. Where is he? Max, where are you? Oh, that's okay. You're okay. You can deal with that. You can just build this up and you'll be fine. Oh, look, you're a happy bunny as well. So, yeah, that's where we are at the moment. I'm just going to prioritise this so they get that done first. Although Max is on it, so so that's all good. Once we've got all this stored up, then all the remaining water that comes out of the cool slush geyser will be clean water without germs. So I don't actually need any chlorine or anything to clean that up. And at that point I can start dumping it into this tank where it can be used for research and also keeping our Pacu happy, who are probably getting a little bit hacked off at the moment with a lack of water in there. So yeah, that's the priority for now. Plumbing wise, we've got that one's pumping into there at the moment. As soon as this water level drops down, we'll be okay, and we can get that all in the infinite storage from these pumps. And this pump will just take the fresh output from the cool slush geyser and send it round to be cleaned up for here. So right, I'll let this play out for a little while and cut back in later. So where are we at then? Okay, so I've now blocked off the cool slush geyser. We've got germ-free polluted water coming into here. I've run the pipes, and I'm going to use the pipes from there to run up around here, cool off the hydrogen generator and the coal generator. That water's then going to run back down through this water sieve and into our main water supply. I've removed all this plumbing and this pump, and I'm removing and draining all of this, which will be emptied into here. So that's all good. No real problems there. The sweepy dock is in, the auto sweeper is in, and the gas pump is in to pump this out to a vacuum. Sweepy here, we have just doing a little bit of cleanup, but not doing much because he hasn't got any power to his dock yet. So he's just hanging around there ready to deal with the magma when it comes in. The volcano's idle. So what I need is a block, I think, of ceramic here. I think that's the correct place. Or it might. That will get. No, maybe it isn't there. Maybe it is there that it needs to be. Let's hope so. Anyway, all the wiring's there, so Sweepy is ready to go. It's made out of steel, so it should cope with the temperatures. and I do need to dig that out, so we'll cancel those for the moment, and we'll get a power wire run to that pump to get it all emptied out. Now, of course, to be able to do this, you do need the liquid canisters mod installed to be able to sweep canisters of magma from the sweepy dock out into the bottle emptier that I'm going to use. Food wise, we're doing okay. I just took some spicy tofu through the printing pod. Other than that, the barbecue is starting to build up nicely now. That will get better once I put in place a proper egg hatchery and killing station. I just haven't done that yet. It's low on the list of priorities compared to getting this all up and running. I'm going to sweep that ore priority 9, and we'll dig that out, and Sweepy can pick that up. That's no problem. And we'll put that at priority 9, so as soon as Camille is ready, she can go and check that out. Right, so we need farm plots, and for the mealwood, we can leave that for a little while longer. Camille's doing her analysis of the volcano. Hopefully it won't erupt. If it does, then I need to cancel that bloody quickly. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that while it takes place. Cut back in when we're ready. Well, I think they call that just in the nick of time. As you can see, the volcano is about to erupt. So the gas pump is now pumping out all the oxygen in there. Hopefully we can get that down to a small enough quantity that it won't be a problem. Thankfully they did build the Sweepy out of steel, so he should survive the magma in there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That's pretty good. Obviously this pump is sacrificial. I'm not worried about that dying at all. As long as it gets the oxygen out of there. You can see the auto sweeper can reach this corner, which is the corner it needs to reach to pick up the magma. So I'm just going to let that magma build up, and then we're ready to convert that over to geothermal, which will be pretty bloody amazing. Now I'm just going to up the priority on this a little bit because it's not getting done at the moment. Right, what have we got here? We've got some copper ore, we've got some rust. You know, I think I'm going to take that rust because I can probably use that with a rusty oxidizer to create some chlorine, and then we can go about cleaning up some of this water longer term. So yeah, I think that's pretty worthwhile. I want to get this level down in here because I don't want to kill off our shove bowls. They're okay at the moment, they're not drowning, but if it gets much higher then they probably will. So yeah, that's not good. Although I suppose I could put another block up here and then they can run around that if they wish. As you can see down here, carbon dioxide is all but gone down here. It's all been pumped out into space, and we've got a good supply of natural gas coming through the system now. So yeah, that's pretty good. Sorry about that, just my asthma kicking off. Serves me right for not taking my inhaler first thing this morning. That's now taken care of, so hopefully won't have any more problems from that. So yeah, this is looking good. As you can see, the pressure's dropping in here. Sweepy's running around waiting for something to do. So I think the next job is maybe get some incubators moved and consider setting up the new farms. So I think I'm going to put the farms down here because it's fairly temperature controlled with the steam turbine and the aqua tuner. So I think it'd be a pretty good spot, really. Then that leaves all this space for us to put in our geothermal. I think that's probably going to be the best course of action. So I think what we'll do, first of all, is we'll replace all... Oh, don't want it on priority 11. So we'll cancel that. Copy. Priority 8 will be fine. We'll just get these replaced, and then that will drop all that crap down, and then when we remove these farm tiles, we'll have the same done as well. So I might go along here actually, just because it's looks a more suitable location. Let's put some farm tiles in there. Ooh. See, most of this is going to be temporary anyway. Most of this millwood is going to end up being fed to the sage hatches. Longer term, it's not going to end up in the dupes' stomachs. We just need to provide enough eggs to hatch out into barbecue. And we'll just, I think what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just do that, deconstruct that, and we'll put a pit underneath there for the eggs to drop into. Actually, I think that's not going to be enough room, is there? Because we'd have an auto sweeper there. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll deconstruct that. We'll put a shipping conveyor chute there. When that's gone. And we'll put some auto sweepers made out of iron. It's not quite going to get everywhere, is it? So I might need to move those grooming stations. So let's copy those and move them out to the ends, and then we'll put the auto sweepers and conveyor loaders there. Plumbing, we're going to need to put some water in there. Oh, this is getting rather low now. Right, are we ready to go on this? Let's have a little look. Right, so all of that is up and running. We can disconnect all the superfluous pipe, which is going to be deleted. So I think we can just connect that up, and that will pump water up round there and into the... Oh, we've got a little droplet. I bet that's polluted. I bet it's got germs in it. So we'll get that cleaned out urgently, because I think that's just residual. Right, that should go through there. So this, what this will do, this is at minus 2.7. I'm hoping that it'll take some heat out of here, which will keep that temperature low, and it will just make sure that it's not... Yeah, that's going up nicely. It's in the 20s now. That's good. So that will be fine. So we just need to run some power wire to that as well, just so that it's got some. And then that water can come down here and fill up this. I'm going to drop this liquid vent down one, so that when it reaches max capacity, it won't let any more water through there. As soon as it gets up to here, then it should automatically shut off. If not, I can always add a hydro sensor to fix that. In fact, why not? Let's just do that just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. So these doors I've removed access from, so this will just depressurize up, and that will just become a permanent source of water. As you can see here, Sweepy has indeed started sweeping up this magma. This air's a high, quite a high temperature, but that should be okay longer term. Over here we've got some temperature issues, which I will deal with when I finish building this section. But that's because the heat's coming through the bunker tiles and all through here. I need to insulate that section off. Apparently that tree's in the way, so... Would appear I made that out of lead, which I don't have any more of, so we'll just switch that over to iron, which should resolve the issue. Got to say, I'm pretty pleased with how this is shaping up. We've got good food supply, we've got good water supply, we've got perfect oxygen with our little mini Rodriguez up here. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this so far, and we're going to have a fantastic amount of geothermal in here. This is going to be great. We just need to deal with this, getting this water out. So I think a second pump might be in order, just temporarily, to get the polluted water out. So I think what we'll do is we'll replace the one we've got temporarily with a pump about there. We'll take the insulated pipe out of there and feed it into there via a liquid bridge. And that should pick up both the oil and the polluted water and deal with that and send it up into our polluted water cleaning system, which will resolve those issues. Now, I should have enough lead to do that with now. I think just enough. Let's have a look. Refined metal. Yep, just enough to get that done. And what we'll do is we will snip that pump there. Got some new printables. Let's see what we've got this time. We've got a poker shell. We have a poker shell at the moment. Don't believe we do. Then I guess we better take the poker shell. At least with that, we will get a little bit of extra lime. I can't believe they're still not. Have I got nobody assigned to plumbing or something? Comes under tidying, doesn't it? So Bert is assigned to plumbing. Oh, he's doing it. He's on it now. Fantastic. And we're almost up to 8 stone hatches now, which is good. Right, so we want water in there. Actually, I'm going to disable that a second because the water from here is going to be polluted. So I'd rather that... Oh, it's going to have germs in it. So I'd rather that went in there. Actually, I could take a feed from this pipe, couldn't I? And just use it. Use a clean supply. Deconstruct those now they're emptied. Deconstruct those. Right, so that's now a complete vacuum, which is fantastic because that won't be radiating out any heat. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to double insulate this just to make sure. So we'll just use some igneous rock on the bottom just to keep that insulated, and we'll do the same on the top and down here. That'll keep that double insulated. Of course, I'd rather built this first. I might have to use priority, please. I have to say our oxygen levels are so stable. We've just got this carbon dioxide down here that, you know, it's just exhaled breath. I will deal with that, but it's just not a priority at the moment. Some of it is being dealt with by the algae terrariums, but I will put an oxygen scrubber in there, or a CO2 scrubber eventually. I'd just rather deal with not drowning our shove voles at the moment. Right, tidy up some more of this plumbing up here. Lots of vestigial piping that needs to go. I'm pretty pleased with this plumbing system. It looks a mess, it looks complicated, but it is working. Everything is going where it needs to be, which is absolutely brilliant. This water now from the new toilets is coming in as a feed off of this pipe, and then it's going back out and being fed into our wastewater pipe, which is also picking up the wastewater from this carbon skimmer and also from the oil biome, and that's now coming through. Fantastic. So once that level drops down, we should have no more problems with that. It's getting the oil, it's getting the polluted water, it's going to the oil refinery with the excess coming over here. It's absolutely working as intended. I'm very pleased with that. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so we've got our new mealwood farm up. So we'll copy those settings across, and then this can go. it's time it went. We can put some... no, actually we won't do those at the moment because I need to design out the geothermal for this. I think I have a blueprint for it actually. I do actually. But it's the wrong way round, so that's a bit of a shame. Never mind. We'll build it in manually. Right, so let's deconstruct all these ladders that we know we don't need for the time being. Let's just find out. I can't remember whether I've got my chain deconstruction mod enabled. It was having some issues and crashing the game, so I think I disabled it. Bert, why have you made a mess? Output pipe full. No. And there was me saying, oh, it's because it's suddenly taken all of that from there. Yeah, it's backed it up, hasn't it? Damn it. Right, okay. It's just a little tweak there, and we'll just take a little cut there. So hopefully that will empty the output pipe. Yeah, I should have considered that once all the extra water flow from here started happening, then it would back it up. That was a little silly. Right, okay, so what can I do to prevent that? Let me have a think for a minute. Okay, so I've disconnected this pump for these pumps for the moment, and it's just feeding from the toilets and the oil biome. But what I've also done is I've just run the pipe across to this liquid vent, so that any surplus that can't go through to the electrolyzers will actually just tip back into the tank. So for now, that should keep that going. Once we got this emptied, it's probably not going to be a problem, because the amount of polluted water coming out of here is going to reduce significantly once we've got this backlog dealt with. But yeah, so we'll deal with that. I might actually even need to lower that pump down a little bit in a minute. Yeah, now they're making petroleum and natural gas again. We're pretty well sorted there. Yeah, I mean, at present we don't quite have enough natural gas to run the generators, so it's all running on petroleum really. Right, so let's see what we've got here. I'm just going to take the bristleberry. I don't think there's anything really. We can just put that forever, just so that it improves the food quality of it as well, rather than the dupes eat it. I'm going to need to get these tiles in fairly shortly as well. Well, nearly all the polluted water's gone from that side. That's great. Got water coming into our Paku tank, so that should, once this fills up, they'll be much happier, because there was only 16 of them in there. So with that full, that should keep them sufficiently happy. Which algae have we got at the moment? Comes under organic, doesn't it? 92.6 tons. So we could start feeding them, or feed some breeders at some stage. I might think about that. Right, we've emptied all that plumbing now, so this can be turned on to water enable auto bottle. We'll get that filled up, then we can remove it and put in a couple of incubators. We can remove these group. Actually, we'll copy the settings from that onto these. Deconstruct these. Get our auto sweepers in. Our conveyor load. What? Oh God, what's going on there? I hate it when it bugs out like that. Right, let's try that again, shall we? I'll probably put one down here, haven't I? Oh no, I managed to get that one. Okay, why do you have O2 problems? I need to put some airflow tiles in here, it looks like. Make them out of gold amalgam just so that they don't suffer too much with I'm going to put a couple more in as well. Can't have them struggling for oxygen. Oh, that's bugged out as well. It thinks it's got to build something there. Right, okay, so that's okay. I've got water going in there. Shipping, we need a conveyor chute there. And we also need some conveyor loaders here and here. And some conveyor rails. Aluminium ore is what we've got most of, so that will be fine. Right, how's our power grid looking? Bit of a mess. Never mind, that will all be sorted out. So how here? I'm not sure that we are utilising this power as effectively as we could be. I don't know. Yeah, I think we could put a power transformer on here and start using some power from down here. Right, let's see what we've got. We have large power transformer. Can't fit that there. Problem is the layout. So if I put that there and put some mesh tiles underneath it. Oh no, I can't put it there, can I? I need to deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. Put in a heavy watt conductive joint plate. Made out of, yeah, I think iron will be fine. Most refined metal at the moment. Iron at 9.7 tons. How are we doing for steel? We've got 5.8 tons of steel, which is plenty for now. Come on, need to get rid of these ladders, please, chaps. Oh, you can't get to them, can you? We'll have to do them in stages. Lots of Pacu eggs down there, which is good. Right, that's that done. So we need a bottle emptier. And I'm going to make this out of ceramic just to be safe. I think that needs to go there. Just let me consult my diagrams. Yeah, it needs to be the no, actually it needs to be the same height as the sweepy dock. So there. Now I think I'll put it that way round. I'm going to dig all of this out now. That vent is going to be moved to over here somewhere. Oh, we've got hydrogen in our... What's going on here? What is going on here? Why have we got hydrogen coming down here? What is going on? Why is that disabled? Where have I... Oh my god, I've run an automation wire. Well, that wasn't very clever, was it? Right. Oh, well, a little bit of hydrogen, we'll sort that out later. It'll come up to here and we'll just pump it back into the system somehow. Right, okay, as I was saying, this vent needs to come over to here. Just trying to decide where I want to position these steam turbines. Let me see. Right, so we want... It should be okay with a single brick there. So if I say there, that will give me a steam chamber. Steam chamber needs to be 2 deep, a layer of metal and a layer of insulation. So that's 1, 2, layer of metal, layer of insulation. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that'll be there. I believe. So then we want some metal tiles, and we'll make these out of, we'll put 1 tile of steel there, and then the rest can be iron, I think. We probably just could have got away with iron, but I just want to be on the side of caution, shall we say. Right, and we're going to use igneous rock. So that needs to come down here, needs to come across here. No, I've put those in the wrong place, haven't I? Oh god. So deconstruct that. So as I said, layer of insulation. I do hope we can have enough materials to make this. Otherwise it's going to be rather a letdown, isn't it? Right. Nothing wrong with that being 3 at the bottom. Pretty sure that should be okay. Just thinking, actually, what I might do, that doesn't actually need to be there. If I put that up to there, and I can move these, let's cancel these, and we'll move them in a little bit. Just make better use of the space a bit. So that's there and there. And you know what? I'm just going to use iron for the tiles. I could probably get away with aluminium. My only concern is because this is going to have water in it, so it's going to regulate the temperature. But if we just get one bad, of course, if it melts, it'll probably but it might float. No, we'll be safe. So we'll go metal tile, steel there, and then we'll put aluminium across here. I'm probably going to regret this, but you know, we'll see. And then plumbing wise, we'll put the bottle emptier here. We'll run some igneous rock across here. We'll run some igneous rock here. And that's all going to be isolated. Fabulous. Right, we need an auto sweeper made out of steel, and that needs to be, I would say, round about there, I'm going to say. And then we need a conveyor loader also made out of steel next to it. If you haven't seen this design, this was designed by Brothgar. And in my in the last video of my Oasis series, I built one and slightly improved the design. I'm not sure I'm going to bother with that this time. I'm just going to keep it as simple as possible. I might use some heat reclamation using liquid valves and stuff, but I'm not going to go, you know, and cool the rock down to 30 degrees like I did in that one. I think 95 degrees will be okay. Yeah, I think that will be sufficient. Let's just cancel that while they build the tile, this tile here. Right, so we need some conductive wire made out of iron, just to get it out of there. And we need, probably going to need some heavy watt conductive for the steam turbines. Might actually put a power station in here as well. I think I can do that with just one, because I think again I've got a mod that allows me to increase the size. So I'm just going to take the fried mushroom there. Oh, gold. Of course I forgot about the liquid pump. Bottle emptier rather. Right, let's mop all that up. Oh dear. Priority. Cleaning. Yes, what an idiot. Not the first to do it, won't be the last. Right, okay. So we've got our shipping rails, we've got all that in there. Our large power transformer is in there, so we can run the power from that to here. And across to our incubators. So we need 2 incubators. 1, 2. Oh. And we need a auto sweeper to load them. can now deconstruct that. Okay, I'm going to fast forward while they build some of this because it's taking its time. So where are we at then? Right, we've got the turbines in, we've got the cooling system in. Sweepy is getting a little bit drowned in magma there, and apparently he's got a low battery. Yeah, you should have some power there. I've put some heavy watt conductive in from between the generators. I've put a power station in. I've put that stupid door there, which is wrong. So I'm just going to put an insulated tile there and replace that door. I'm just going to use gold amalgam just to give it that little bit extra overheat. And we're going to use refined metal iron for our power control station. Outside a power plant at the moment because that needs to go in there. And that hopefully should be about right. Oh no, they didn't build that. Oh my god. Ugh, I'm going to have to break in there and do that. Oh, why did I not notice that? That is a pain in the arse. Okay, bear with me folks. I'm going to try and see if there's any way I can corner build it without breaking this vacuum. Yes, I'll be back. Right, I got that built, but I did break the vacuum, and I've just used the debug tools to put it back again. I don't think it's worth going through all the aggravation of recreating that vacuum. I can do it, but it's a pain in the butt. So, just for simplicities and getting this episode out on time without going through too many cycles, I thought that would be. I thought you wouldn't mind me doing that just this once. So where are we at then? Power wise, we have heavy watt conductive connected to there. We have our 2 steel power transformers running power up to there. So I think we're probably ready to fire this up and see how it goes. This has got no power at the moment, but that's fine. Oh, we need to get some. We need to fill the cooling loop. Right. Okay. So I got all the piping's already ready to do that. So we just need to run a liquid bridge across there. Get that filled with polluted water. They're already Engie's tuning up the generators, which is fantastic. Not that they're ready to do anything at the moment. So how is this going to work? Well, what it's going to do is this auto sweeper, which is controlled by this thermosensor set to a maximum of 210 degrees, is going to sweep the magma into this bottle emptier. That's going to hit this steel plate here and transfer the heat into these aluminium tiles. That obviously is going to turn into igneous rock. That igneous rock is going to get loaded by this auto sweeper into this conveyor loader, and it's going to go around the shipping rail a little bit through the tile to absorb some heat, and down through here to put some more heat in there. It's not going to have as much heat as this one, so this one is containing the aqua tuner. The aqua tuner, which is set to 6.9 degrees. That will keep the water in these pipes at a temperate level to cool the steam turbines. Steam turbine plumbing is as you see. The igneous rock is going to come out of here at about 200 degrees. It's going to run through this conveyor rail and through these aluminium tiles, transferring some of the remaining heat into there, of which this is going to take the water from one of each of the steam turbines, break it down into 1 kilo packets, and then absorb more heat into the water, which won't break the pipes because it's under 1 kilo. It's then going to inject that water or steam back into the steam chambers. You can see I've taken it to the far generators because these ones will be running at a higher temperature anyway, so it's an attempt to kind of balance the temperatures there. The igneous rock will then continue its journey through there and then drop out here at the lowest temperature I can get it. If that turns out to be too high, then I'll run it down here and I will cool it from the cooling from this aqua tuner, at which point it can then be fed to our hatches. Oh, what have we got going on here? Dig those out. Don't know what went on there, but anyway, that's dealt with now. So we should, if I'm right, be ready to fire this bad boy up and then laugh at how it all goes horribly wrong. So magma, liquid, auto sweeper, turns to steam. Steam, which is currently at about 60 degrees, but will go higher. So sweepy's now sweeping the magma. The generator's powering up. That should get power to these transformers, which should get everything else underway. How are we doing? We have power. We have 600 and odd watts on that one, same as that one. Yeah, that's working. Right, how are we looking temperature wise? Yeah, that's pretty tasty in there. Right, now I'm just going to up the priority on these generators to make sure that they get a proper reliable Engis tune-up. That will enable us to maximise the power out of these. Some people don't like to use their power stations on their steam turbines. I just think that's an absolute waste. So this one's now producing 1.28 kilowatts. That's maxed out. This one is coming up, but it's not got a tune up at the moment, so just bear in mind. I've got no power to those. Why have we got no power to those? We got to, oh, that's because you haven't built that heavy watt conductive wire, because we haven't got enough iron. Well, we better make sure that happens, hadn't we? Oh no, the shovels have made a break for it. What the hell? That's what's going on. That is why we've got dirt everywhere. God damn it. Oh, the eggs have fallen down there. That's my fault. Right, let's sweep those. Priority 11. I'm going to need to get the shovels up here now. How are we going to do that? We'll put a ladder segment there. We will put a critter drop off. Oh, shovels. My own fault. I should have dealt with them actually, no. That's going to be too high a temperature. So, food, critter drop off. And we'll make that out of steel for now. And we need to set high priority on these. Food, critter drop off. Steel, priority 11. We need to get these shovels rounded up. So wrangle, priority 11. Ugh. At least that explains what was going on up here. So that's 2. Where is the third? Let's have a look at our temperature overlay. That might help us find it. Right, the eggs are now rounded up. Need to dig out all these. There's the other little. Let's get them moved quickly. They're broken free again. God, these things are a nightmare when they get free. Carbon skimmer's failed. Right, need to dig that out. How many critters we got in here? Room overlay 6. I don't know why people aren't taking those to there. Right, this needs to be set to igneous rock. It's coming out at about 130. Probably ought to just loop it round until it's cooled off a bit more, I think. Never mind, that'll do for now. Ah, critters 9. And that looks like they've got them all now then. Thank God for that. Okay, how have we broken a pipe in there? Because the pipe is blocked. Right, so that should have gone round there, round there, round there, round there. Why has that broken? That makes no sense whatsoever. It's at 1 kilo. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to crack into there. The dupes aren't going to like that. Have I got any triage cots down? I haven't, so I better put some down because we're going to need them. Do not understand why that has broken. And my water sweeper's broken. Fantastic. It's all going Pete Tong. Steam has obviously reached too high a temperature. This is going to be a mess getting in there to fix that. I'm a little confused though, because that steam shouldn't have reached that temperature. So maybe I need to drop this down a little bit. Drop it down to, let's call it 160. I'm going to have to let that cool down before we get in there. Right, I think I'm going to have to build some access to this, put a liquid lock in and let them get in there and sort that out. We've got access to oil for a liquid lock, so that's what I'm going to have to do. Oh, what a pain, what a pain, what a pain, what a pain. Right, let's get this done then. So what I'll do is I'll put all this in, I'll fill this in with bricks, add the oil so that it's all vacuum, then we can deconstruct that, put a ladder in and they can get in there and do that. Probably going to need to add some way of cooling that down, but we'll see. Let's just give it a bit of a speed up. In fact, we'll put it on the max speed, but turn off super speed. Right, printing pod. I had a possible slickster on there, but I'm not going to take it. I don't think I need to, really. Right, how are we doing for barbecue now? We're maintaining a reasonable level. That's pretty good. We've got no power over here to our incubators. Why is that? Oh, because this isn't connected. Oh, what an idiot. Also need to put a timer on these as well. So we'll put automation, cycle sensor will be fine, and automation wire. So I don't want them staying on permanently, I just want them turned on for long enough for them to get lullabied. Right, mop that please. Right, so we want liquid, crude oil, priority 9, enable auto bottle. Where are our yellow alerts at the moment? Oh, down there. We can change those to a 9 now, can't we? Trouble is, after a while it drops the volume and you kind of then don't notice it. Right, that's repaired. So we can mop that. Put that tile back in. It's the problem with a low number of dupes. Sometimes it can take a really long time to get stuff done. Other times it can take a, you know, they can do it really, really quickly. Lullabied, lullabied, fantastic. So, where are we at the moment? That was an let's put it activation time halfway through the day for 10%. Let's see how that goes. If it doesn't work, then we'll change it to more. So obviously all the eggs will get put into the incubator and back into the rooms as required, but any that aren't required will end up in the drowning pit, and if they hatch in there, then they'll drown and become ultimately meat. Now what I can do is I can also put a shipping rail in, but you know, it's close enough to the kitchen that I'm not going to worry. Any meat that goes in there will just be picked up, dropped off at the grill. Harold is in there fairly regularly, so doing his lullabying, so that'll be fine. Our water is getting good. Our Pacu are happy. Our carbon skimmer should be back running now, or at least it would be if it had any water. Why hasn't it got any water? Let me see here. Because it needs to come from this pump, which is probably at the present unconnected, because I left it unconnected. So we can just connect that up, and that should get power down to here. For our carbon skimmer, send the water down into the small tank. Yep, fantastic. That's that back up and running again. Right, how are we doing up here then? We've still not got anything in here, so you need a little nudge in the right direction. I think maybe it's time that I expand this Atmosuit dock and put it along here. And put a few more suits in there, because there's a lot more going on down here now. And they aren't coming in and collecting the materials that they need for obviously for this and for other things. Right, right, tiles, regular tiles. What have we got the most of? Granite. Okay, granite will do. I'm definitely going to need an Atmo suit there as well. But we'll put that in before I open it up. How are we doing temperature wise? A little bit toasty down there, but not too bad. What I think I might do is just deconstruct that and run the shipping rail down into the oil biome. It's already toasty down here, so it doesn't really matter. Might need a few ladder segments just to get that done, so there we go. It is going to transmit a bit of heat going down there, but we should be able to insulate that out. Once this is up and running, we can sort out our power grid. That's going to be the next job. Right, that's that done. We've got the steam up here. I've bricked it back up. They've repaired that. It's, what's the temperature like? Overheat 207. Yeah, I think hopefully this will stay cool enough now. If it doesn't, then you know we're in trouble. Just not sure we've got enough water in there now. We shall see. Right, what's going on here? Oh, I see what's going on. That's sending 2 kilos into there. Arg. I've missed a bit of plumbing there, haven't I? Or it's not. It's supposed to be going. Right, that's sending 2 kilos through, and it should only be sending 1. Let's just see if that becomes. I might have to just. Ah, that's working now. Yes. That's how it should have been working in the first place. Don't know why it was set, but was not showing an errand, so yeah, whatever. Right, are we getting power now? Why aren't we getting power? Well, that should have power, that's got power, that's got power. Why isn't this getting power? Right, okay. Let's just give that a little snip so that it's not sending so much that way, and hopefully that should power up the rest. Right, now this one needs tweaking somewhat. And I think the way I'm going to do that, so I'm going to run this power wire across to there and snip that when they built it. No, in fact, I'll snip it now. And then we can move some other power wires around as we need to. once that's built, I'll know what the load's like. See if this can cope. Oh, right, the second one is coming up now. And we've got an overheat damage on the aquatuner. Awesome. Oh, why is it made of aluminium? Oh my god. Really? I know I made that out of steel, for God's sake. Right, okay. Let's turn that off. Just one thing after another, isn't it? Oh, and this one's probably not sending the right amount through the pipe now as well. Dupes, gotta love them. Right, so we now have another liquid lock filled with crude oil, and we have broken in here, replaced this aquatuner with a steel one. I want to put a loop on here, and I put that on there, but I forgot to put the escape on there. I don't want to send them in there again because they did get a little bit crispy going in there. I had to keep turning the job on and off till they moving them out and so on and so forth. I need a flipping Atmo suit there. Just not quite sure. I'm gonna have to take out this tree, I think, and put a little dock there. I think that's the only way I can do it. So we'll deconstruct that ladder, we'll dig that, and we'll just put a couple of tiles there. I'm going to need another Atmo suit forge, so we'll just chuck that there for now. I need to make some more Atmo suits anyway, so might as well get on with it. Right, so Atmo suit checkpoint going that way, and an Atmo suit dock also going that way. And we can deconstruct that, and deconstruct that. So basically what I'll do is I'll put a something to control the temperature at which this igneous rock comes out, so it spends more time in here. I've also deleted that block there because it was stopping the magma from falling down properly, so that should help that a little bit. So I'm not getting as much. Yeah, I'm getting as much power out of it as I would like. My previous one ran a lot more efficiently than that, but we'll see. Maybe I should have put some temp shift plates in there. A little bit short refined metals. I think we have got them. I just think they're becoming inaccessible because of the Atmo suit docks. Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, because I haven't built this. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I see. It's like that, isn't it? See what we've got in the printing pod then. Oh, 400 kilos of iron, that will come in handy. Appears to have got a little too cold for the mirth leaf in here, probably because of, yeah, it's the cooling from this. Let's just up the temperature a little bit. Right, what I was going to do was that. So what I've added is this cooling loop down here. So this water that's coming in here, it's coming in at 0.4 degrees and making this very, very cold. And I thought, well, this igneous rock's going to be passing down here, so I just put some granite pipe in here just to lower the temperature a little bit and stop this from overheating. As you can see, it's a little toasty over this side, so I just wanted to warm it up a bit. I blocked that off so that the conveyor rail runs through there. I'm not too fussed about the stuff that's in there at the moment. I can fetch that later if I need it. I just want to drop this temperature. These will run more efficiently once the igneous rock is running through here and heating this water, but for the moment it's not running particularly efficiently. But until they build this Atmos suit and get this running, I need to put a pipe into there, which I can do like so. A little bit of carbon dioxide in there, but can't be helped. It's because we're running this open a little, the dupes are going to breathe out when they come in here every so often, and so that's just going to cause a few issues, but it's not terrible. So we're all back up and running now. Ellie's just building some aluminium temp shift plates in here to improve the temperature transfer. We've got the conveyor shut off, sending it out at 130 degrees. Once its thermal energy is pretty much used up, that will then transfer heat into here, which will transfer into the water that's going back in. Yeah, that's looking pretty good at the moment. I'm fairly happy with that. It's a bit toasty in here still. But the temperatures will come down as the aquatuner gets a bit more action. we're staying topped up with barbecue. It's not massive, but you know, we've got a bit of surf and turf as well. Our Pacu seem to be happy. They are a little bit overcrowded because the water levels dropped a bit, but yeah, that'll be fine, I think. As the Cool Slush Geyser is offline, and we have been doing some research, so that's bound to eat into it a little bit. Yeah, it's a bit toasty in there for Engie's tune-ups. I think we'll send Nails up to here and Ellie up to here. Here, but they're not going, so why are they not going? Let's turn the priority up. Meep's doing his doctoring. Good man. He's a little bit wounded himself. Yeah, I've turned the priority down on these to 1, but they're still going in there occasionally to tune them up, unfortunately. I mean, that's good from a power point of view, just not good from a duplicant point of view. But once that temperature comes down, I think that will be okay. So how's our power grid looking? White all across the board. Fantastic. I mean, this power transformer isn't doing much other than run the auto sweeper and the sweepy dock, so that should be okay. When's our next eruption? 7 cycles. So yeah, hopefully this should be sustained. I don't know whether it's going to keep enough magma in it to run it through the volcano downtime, but we shall see. Hopefully it will, but so there you go. I think we'll call that an episode. We've got I've got about an hour and 40 minutes worth of footage. I think I'm going to have to edit that down somewhat. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've got the sweepy powered geothermal up and running. It's not perfect, but you know, it was a good design from Brothgar. I don't know how efficient it is compared to other designs, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Keep safe under the new lockdown relinquished rules, and I will hopefully see you again for another episode soon. Bye for now. Coach Life out.